Hey guys, Rob here from Open Fab Stuff. Today I'm going to talk about a little conversation of how to not get burned on the Fab Discord or Facebook or any of those back page websites that you use to buy your Flesh and Blood cards. Except your LGS. You should have enough confidence to buy cards for your LGS. But be aware, counterfeits are out there. Counterfeits are out there. Funny story, my buddy bought a tunic from a vendor. We're not going to mention the vendor. And it was fake. So he had to return it very quickly. But everyone's human. People do make mistakes. So don't get caught in the heat, right? So in this video, I'm just going to cover, to me, what I think is common sense things to do, not to do when buying Flesh and Blood cards from like Discord, Facebook, sources to where that it's not an established business, so to speak. Um, Me personally, I've bought in. I used to be one of those people that was very, very hesitant on buying from Facebook groups and whatnot, just because of a trust issue. Um, but when it came to Flesh and Blood, none of my LGSs sell Flesh and Blood, so, and I'm always a guy looking for a deal, right? Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a lawnmower. It can be, and my camera just moved for on its own. But I'm always looking for a deal, right? So when I started seeing the marketplace on the Flesh and Blood Discord, I'm like, yes, this is sweet. This is what I'm looking for. I kind of had to loosey goosey up and figure out like, okay, let's bite the bullet and do this. But I had to come up, in my mind, I had to come up with a system that I knew that was flawless, and I wasn't going to get burned for it. And there's a lot of people out there that have been doing this for many, many years. I've always been a lurker. I come from Magic background, so I've always been a lurker on the high-end groups of Facebook, and you know, I've sold several cards in the misprint cards, like crimped cards and whatnot. Squared corners. Um, I sell on TCG. I sell on eBay. You name it, I do it. So anywho, the number one thing I never do, I never use PayPal, friends and family. You're like, really, Bob? You don't? You don't use friends and family? No! See, I get a little dramatic and my camera moves, so I apologize in advance. Anywho's, why don't you use friends and family? Well, because, spoiler alert. Shh. You guys ready? All right, pause the video if you're not ready for the spoiler. Because they're not my friends and family! Yes, that is right, folks. You do not know Exenior7943 on Discord. They're not your friend, and they're not your family. So guess what? You send them $69.69. Guess what? They have zero obligation to send you anything. It's all just a false promise. It's all bullshit. Am I right or am I wrong? You know how when your cousin, we all have that one cousin. We all have it. Think about it for a second. We all have that one cousin that we have that says, yo, man, let me get $20 till Friday. Friday rolls around. Your cousin's nowhere to be seen, especially with that $20. You're not expecting it back. That's what PayPal Friends and Family is for, right? Now, PayPal Gifts and Services, however, you're paying with a fee that you're sending it to. It's like 4%. The person you're sending that money to is paying 4% on that money. But that's because it's for gifts or services. What this essentially does is, if the person you're sending the money to with gifts and services, if you never get the card, if they just, leave you on red on Facebook Messenger, which I see all the time on Facebook, the Facebook groups, whether it's Flesh and Blood or Magic, you see it everywhere. People complaining, oh, I sent them $400, they stopped replying. Well, no shit, you sent gifts and services. What the fuck did you expect, you jackass? It's the only difference is when you send gifts and services, you don't get the cards, you don't get what you were promised in your conversation. You can dispute it and get your fucking money back. That's smart. And people say to me, oh, I don't want to pay the 4% extra. Really, bro? What's 4% of $100? Think about it. Stop being a cheap ass. 4%. Think about that. What? Come on. Leave a comment below if you know what 4% of $100 is. That 4%, I throw that on top of the sale. And I tell them up front, hey, if I see something advertised as friends and family, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know you. I'm not just blindly sending you $40. I will add 4%, and I will tell them, I'll say, hey, I'll send you the $40, but I want to use gifts and services, so I will add on 4% to when I send you the money. That way, when they get the money, they're still getting their cut. They're still getting what they're asking for. It helps them out. And it puts me at ease, knowing that if they don't send me the card, I'm getting my $40 back. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, here's the exception to the rule. Let's say, like I was, Pro Tour Baltimore, where you're doing a transaction with said person. You don't really necessarily know this person, but you're receiving the goods, you're receiving the product in person. There's no shipping, there's no text conversation. Friends and family's fine there, right? As long as you can verify that the product you're receiving face to face is good. Makes sense, right? Why pay more when you have it right there? It's instant gratification, right? Right? But yeah, that is basically, that's a big portion of it. Because a lot of people get caught up in this whole, like, I don't want to pay 4%. Honestly, the people that say that, I don't think ever sat down and took, a whole 10 seconds to realize, like, 4% of a dollar amount is like pennies. Pennies on the fucking dollar. You know what I mean? Just sit there and do the math real quick. Okay, I have to send this much. 4% of this much is this much. Add it to that amount. An extra $3. Big whoop. That extra $3 you're going to spend is going to guarantee that the person sending you that product is on notice. They have to perform now. They have to do. Friends and family, I'll send it out next month. Fuck them. I might not even send it out at all. Fuck them. Don't get me wrong. There are some reputable sellers out there, right? If you've done business with somebody in real life, or if you know them, by all means, do whatever the fuck you want. Friends and family them. I got guys that I friends and family all the time, but guess what? I know where they live. I know them in real life. I am their friend. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? See where I'm going with this? Don't get this whole caught up in gifts and services. Oh my God, 4%. Oh my God. Oh my God, I gotta get all the value. I gotta get all the value. Ooh. Think about gifts and services like buying your card from TCG Player. What does buying your card from TCG offer provide you? It provides you that buyer protection. Whereas you buy your underpriced cold foil on TCG and they don't send it to you. What does TCG do? They intervene. They say, yo, dog, You didn't send it. Did you provide tracking? Nope. All right. Buyer gets their money back. So when people are selling on these Discord channels and Facebooks and whatever, MySpace, they mark the cards down lower because when they sell them on Discord, they're not paying TCG eBay fees. So that's why it always helps to throw on the gifts and services percentage to your purchase because it helps them out. They're paying less in fees, and you're guaranteeing yourself, better chances of guaranteeing yourself getting the product. Knock on wood, I've never had any issues using gifts and services. I've also never got burned with friends and family because I do my homework. People on Facebook, if somebody on Facebook has some sort of anime weeb Facebook profile picture that they just created last month, I don't buy from people like that. I want somebody that's been on Facebook a good amount of time. They got a normal photo up, I can clearly see them, I can clearly see, oh look, they've sold in this group before. Know who you're buying from, And that leads me into the next subject. Reference pages. I see reference pages all the time. I don't fucking use them. I don't give a fuck how many references you have. A lot of people that I try to buy from Discord, oh, I only use friends and family. Oh, I have a reference page. Oh, I have a reference page. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get burned. Are you fucking smoking crack, dude? Like, your reference page, I don't know any of your references. So what good is your reference page to me? Now, let's say one of my close friends says, yo, Bob, so-and-so, I vouch for them. Okay. Depends on who's vouching for them, right? It's case-by-case basis. You go where you feel comfortable at, So I don't make a reference page. I don't give a fuck about reference pages because all it takes is a bunch of fake accounts to say, yeah, great seller, A+, blah, 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 Now let's say somebody said to me, they have a Discord, they have eBay, they have a TCG account that they sell from, and they're all the same handle, and they can verify it for me. I'm still not sending them friends and family. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Still not doing it. I will pay gifts and services, and they understand that. They understand that. If you're ever in a conversation with a user on Discord or Facebook, and you offer, and you say, hey, I want to buy your card for X dollars. Let's just say $100 cold foil. I want to buy it for $100. Plus, I want to use gifts and services, so I will pay the 4% gifts and services fee. And they are still hesitant on it. That's a red flag. Immediately. You're basically offering them, hey, I'm going to pay the convenience charge that you would normally pay as a seller, so that way I have protection. Yeah. If they deny it then, it's a red fucking flag. Hands down. Now here's another thing. Right? Ask for photos. Don't assume the card is near mint. I've had people on TCG Player list cards as near mint. Guess what? They weren't near mint. Spoiler alert. Couple spoilers in this. I know. Don't be excited. Near mint. Get the card. Roller line on the back. That's not near mint. That's damage, bro. So keep your eyes out. If they are hesitant on sending you additional photos, red flag all day, red flag. I'm about to send you $100. You can't fucking take 10 seconds to send me two, three more photos or a little video of you flip flopping the damn card in your hand? You're next. Don't worry about it, bro. You will find another one for sale. Trust me. The deal may have sounded good. The deal might have been good. But guess what? Do you really want to deal with that kind of seller? Absolutely not. Anybody ever asks me questions about a card? Hey, can you send me a photo? Hey, can you send me a photo with you in the picture? You know, with a timestamp? Sure. No problem. What do I have to hide? Right? If I am a reasonable seller, you know, why would that bother me? Why would that offend me? I've had people tell me they want payment immediately. I sent a guy overseas a payment. Gifts and services, of course. Then he tells me, as soon as I send the payment, oh, I'll send the card out next week. Next week? Just refund me the money, dude. That's another thing you have to do, too. That leads me into this next topic. Before sending any money, make sure you get everything in a text conversation. That text conversation will help your dispute if shit goes sideways. Get everything in writing while you're both getting along. That's how typical contracts work. Okay? Make sure you find out when they're going to send the card, how they're going to send the card, tracking, PWE, plain white envelope. Figure all this stuff out. Who pays for shipping? Who pays the 4% gifts and services? Who pays for the ball tethering? Who pays for the mouth hugs? You know what I mean? Get all of that established before sending payment. Don't after. Otherwise, you end up like me, where I sent the money, gifts and services, and then the person in Europe's telling me he's going to send the card a week from now. Like, are you crazy? So in between that now and a week, if that card skyrockets, goes up $20, is he still going to send me the card? He's going to be very hesitant to. See where I'm going with this? Anywho's, do your homework. Get everything in writing while you're getting along before sending payment. Anywho's, I hope this video was good for you. A lot of this stuff, I do all this stuff without thinking about it. It's just common sense to me. But I just felt like it needed to be said. So I hope this video was a help to someone out there. And don't get burned. Peace out. Deuces.